What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live, powered by BetUS here on a Monday. The deadline is over, the trade talk is done, but the Blazers actually made a move. If you thought the Blazers were completely inactive at the deadline, that is false, as they sign Sidy Cissoko. Sidy Cissoko. We're going to talk about the newest Trailblazer in this live stream. And then, of course, later on tonight, we'll have the post-game show after the Blazers take on the Nuggets and what will be a true litmus test. Back-to-back games against the Nuggets this week before the All-Star break. We're going to preview those games. We're also going to pick 10 games, including that one, for picks against the spread today. And that's what we have on tap for you guys. Hopefully you guys are all having a good week, man. I'm feeling refreshed. It's always a breath of fresh air after the deadline is over, so I'm feeling good. Hopefully you're feeling good as well. Let's take a look at the picks against the spread standings. Also, do you guys like the intro, just having the standings up with that music instead of the normal intro animation, just so you can look at the standings? Is that a good move? Let me know. But we're still going to talk about it as chat. You guys continue to lead this thing. 5.5 games up on both Trevin and Eric. Eric's trying to make a comeback for that top spot. We'll see if he can gain ground today with a lot of games in order to do so. Crushable is 6 games back, so half a game behind Trevin and Eric. And then you have a logjam, 5 through 10, separated by 3 games with Arrow, Javon, Steven, Brendan, Zach, and myself. 503, Connor, and Jackson, all slumping down there, 11th through 13th. We'll see if Jackson can turn it around and maybe get out of that bottom spot. Luckily for him, we don't have a last place punishment or anything. So, yeah, we'll see how we do today. We did go 66 and 51 a week ago. Of course, we didn't have a picks against the spread stream on Thursday because that was the trade deadline. And you can see the rest of the stats there. Let's jump into the first game of many. Let's hide the Skype because we have no Eric. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Cleveland is a 9.5-point home favorite. Injuries for this game out for the Timberwolves: Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Questionable is Mike Conley and Anthony Edwards. For the Cavaliers, out is Dean Wade and Isaac Okoro, and questionable is Max Strus. Chat, there is your chat poll. Let me turn up the good old background music. There we go. That's nice. And we'll plug in the picks here. If you're new to the second channel, we pick the day's NBA games, and then we talk about the topic at hand. So we're going to pick 10 games. Chat gets a chat poll. All right. And then we have all our mods, our social media team as well, participating in this thing. So yeah, if you want to double down on this game, we've got 4:10 p.m. tip-off times. We'll try and get them all in by 4:10. It's 4:05. So if you want to double down on one of these first 3 games, make sure you let it be known ahead of time. The Timberwolves played great without Anthony Edwards last game. Should we be swayed? I don't know. It was the Blazers. This is the Cavs at home. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got Arrow, Crushables, Brendan, and Steven going Cavs. And then for Minnesota, we got Eric, Trevin, and 503. Zach is definitely asleep. Man. Cavs is your double down. T-Wolves is Trevin's. Thanks for letting me know. Just remind me when we get there. We got Timberwolves for Javon, Cavs for Connor. Jackson's going Wolves. Can somebody call Zach? Can somebody tell Eric to call Zach? Because I don't have Zach's number. Chat is going Cavaliers. This might be their double down. It's in double down territory, as it is 84% of the vote for chat on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Alrighty. That makes this currently a 7v5 in favor of the Cavaliers. Game number 2, we have the Orlando Magic hosting the Atlanta Hawks, and the Magic are 5.5-point home favorites. Injuries for this game: out for the Hawks, Kobe Buffkin and Jalen Johnson, and then probable is Trae Young. Out for the Magic, Mo Wagner, and then doubtful doubtful is Jalen Suggs. It's probably been confirmed whether or not he's playing, but at last check, he was doubtful. Call Zach LaVine. Yeah, call Zach LaVine, because Zach LaVine has not showed up to the stream. Suggs is probably out, yeah. This was updated like an hour and a half ago, so things change. But shout out to Brendan for always updating this as he does, because I would not be able to keep track of injuries without Brendan. Brendan helps in a ton of ways with the channel, so huge shout out to him. All right, we got Hawks for Eric, Arrow, Trevin, and Brendan. The Hawks and Magic have both kind of been struggling lately. We've got Magic for Connor, Javon. I'm still making up my mind. We got Magic for Crushables 503 and Steven. All right, Arrow's also going Hawks. Yeah, if somebody can try and get in contact with Zach. Actually, I'll text Eric. Call Zach, please. Thanks. All right. This is Eric's double down. All right, so Jackson, we got going with the Magic. I still got to make up my mind, man. I still got to make up my mind on this one. Chat is going Magic, 58% of the vote. The Magic just have not been playing well, so I'm just going to take the points. I'm going to go with the Hawks, which makes this currently a 7v5 in favor of the Orlando Magic. Game number 3 in the final 4:10 p.m. tip-off time. You got the San Antonio Spurs hosting they're on the road in Washington against the Wizards, who have won some games lately. The Spurs, though, of course, are heavy favorites, as is every team that ever faces the Wizards. 11-point road favorites for the Spurs. Out for the Spurs, Riley Minix and Charles Bassey. Out for the Wizards, Sadiq Bey, Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton, Alex Sarr, and Anthony Gill. And then questionable is Keyshawn George. Arrow is cooking with those picks in chat. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So the Wizards have been playing better. The Spurs haven't looked particularly good with De'Aaron Fox on the floor yet, so I'm just going to take the points and take the Wizards. Javon is going to go Wizards. And then Eric and Trevin are going to go Wizards. We got Spurs for Connor. Spurs for Arrow, Crushables, 503, Brendan, Steven. And Jackson is Spurs. And chat is Spurs, 57% of the vote. So we got 2 people doubling down on the early games from those that are picking in chat. And that makes this an 8v4. An 8v4. I got to do the math -1 with no Zach. All right, 8v4 in favor of the Spurs. Game number 4. We got a battle of 2 tanking teams. We got the Nets hosting the Hornets. The Nets, 3.5-point home favorites. I keep mixing up home and road. Out for the Hornets, Trey Mann, Grant Williams, Brandon Miller, Josh Okogie, and Mark Williams. Mark Williams, of course, still a Hornet. And then questionable is Nick Smith Jr., Josh Green, Musa Diabate, and Isaiah Wong. Out for the Nets, Cam Thomas, Noah Clowney, Bojan Bogdanovic, DeAnthony Melton, and Maxwell Lewis. Questionable is D'Angelo Russell. So just a fascinating, tanking, heavy injury report type of game that, we normally get in March and April. We get it a little bit early here before the All-Star break. So So the Hornets, of course, have LaMelo Ball. I didn't see his name on the injury report, so it's LaMelo Ball versus Cam Johnson, I guess. All right, we got Charlotte for Trevin, 503 Brendan. We got Nets for Eric Arrow Crushable Steven. This feels like the one game that I'm automatically going to get wrong no matter what. Oh, so is Nurkic playing today? We got Nets for Jackson. I didn't see his name there, so. LaMelo versus Cam Johnson and flu game D'Lo. Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. Chat can't even decide. They're 50-50. We got Javon going Hornets with Connor. And then chat Nets. Nope. Back to 50-50. Keeps going back and forth. We got 42 people in here. 5 votes in the chat poll. Vote in the chat poll. Let your voice be heard. Disappointing. All right, we got Nets for chat. I'll go Hornets, I guess. This is right now a 6v6. A 6v6. All right, game number 5. We got the Miami Heat led by Andrew Wiggins hosting the Boston Celtics. And Boston is a 5.5 point road favorite. Out for the Celtics, Drew Holiday and Torrey Craig, who they picked up off waivers. And then questionable is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Out for the Heat, Drew Smith and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Questionable, Tyler Hero. Zach has finally responded and is working on getting his picks in. Nice. All right, I'm going to go with Miami. We got Celtics for Jackson and Javon. Miami Heat for Eric, Trevin, Brendan, Steven. Why is Eric and Trevin agreeing so much? We got Celtics for Arrow, 503 Crushables. We got Celtics for... No, we got Heat for Connor. And chat is going Celtics, a whopping 89% of the vote. So that is looking like they're double down. That makes this currently a 6v6 split vote. Game number 6. We have the Milwaukee Bucks on the second night of a back-to-back hosting the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are 7-point road favorites. Injuries out for the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga, and then Steph Curry is questionable with a quad injury. And then for the Bucks, out is Giannis Antetokounmpo, questionable Pat Connaughton, Damian Lillard, probable Brook Lopez. A big part of picking a game like this is picking based off the current injury report. So I don't know if this has been updated, but this is what we got. There's your poll. I am going to go with the Golden State Warriors. All right. So Celtics, we got, or no, this last game. Okay, so Dame and Brook Lopez are active. Okay, so Dame is playing in this game. Keep that in mind. We got Milwaukee for Eric Arrow Trevin. Whoops, I put Golden State as the home team. Yeah, like I said, I am not Bucks, I am Warriors. So then we got Eric, we got Zach, we got Trevin, we got Jackson, we got Javon, we got Crushables 503 and Steven, all Bucks. Arrows also Bucks. You guys are going against me, man. Going against me. Connor's Bucks. Brendan is Warriors, so I don't get an island. No island for me. And chat is Bucks, 69% of the vote. Making this in 11v2 in favor of Milwaukee. Game number 7. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. The Thunder are a whopping 17-point home favorite because out for the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, Kelly Olynyk, Bruce Brown, Brandon Boston Jr., and CJ McCollum. And of course, they don't have Brandon Ingram anymore, so it's Zion and Trey Murphy versus the world. Out for the Thunder, Cason Wallace, Nikola Topic, AJ Mitchell, Ousmane Dieng, and Isaiah Joe. Ousmane Dieng. That's how you say that name. Chat, there's your poll. Yeah, just give me the Thunder. Javon's going Pelicans. This is a huge, huge spread, though. Huge spread. Did I mix up the home and road team again? No, I didn't. I'm tripping. All right. New Orleans for Eric, Arrow, Zach. Eric, Arrow, Zach. As well as Brendan and Steven. And then Thunder, we got Trevin Crushables and 503. Connor is going Pelicans. Chat is going Pelicans, 58% of the vote. And that makes this an 8v5 in favor of the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, game 8 of 10. We got the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Sacramento Kings. The Mavs are only a single-point home favorite. Out for the Mavs. No, let's start with the Kings. Kings are healthy, all right? Kings are completely healthy. And then out for the Mavs, Anthony Davis, who got injured in his Mavs debut, Dwight Powell, Caleb Martin, and Derek Lively II. And then questionable, PJ Washington, Dante Exum, and Max Christie. I'm going to go with Sacramento. So is Arrow, Trevin Crushables. 503 and Brendan. Then we got Mavericks for Eric, Mavericks for Steven, and Mavericks for Zach. Tory Crazy Kings win. Yeah, that's why I'm going. That's why I'm going Kings, man. Kings will win. Easy money. Jackson Mavs. Connor Kangs. And Javon Kings as well. Chat is going to go Kings, 57% of the vote. which makes this a 9v4 in favor of the Kings. Game number 9. We have the Denver Nuggets hosting your Portland Trail Blazers. Despite the Blazers playing well lately, they're still a 9.5 point underdog. Nuggets 9.5 point home favorite. The Nuggets, for their own right, have been playing really good basketball. Out for the Blazers, Matisse Thybulle, and then questionable is Robert Williams III, Chris Murray, and Jeremy Grant. And then out for the Nuggets, Russell Westbrook, Peyton Watson, Deron Holmes, and Vlatko Konkar. Questionable, Michael Porter Jr., and then probable, Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. Smog says, can't wait to lose again. I'm going to go with the Nuggets. I kind of think the Blazers get blown out today. I just think they're going to struggle to deal with Jokic. Jamal Murray's been playing better. All right, we got Nuggets for Zach Crushables 503 and Steven. And then we got Blazers for Eric Arrow, Trevin, and Brendan. All right, we got Blazers for Connor. We got Blazers for Jackson. Chat right now is 50-50. Javon going Blazers. And we got 14 votes, 7 for the Blazers, 7 for the Nuggets. Next vote breaks the tie, and it's for the Portland Trail Blazers. So chat is going to go with the Blazers, which makes this an 8v5 in favor of the underdog Blazers. In the final game of the day, game number 10, we have... Nope, that's not the right graphic. That graphic is incorrect. We got the Lakers hosting the Jazz. This is Luka's LA debut tonight. It's on ESPN. The Lakers 12-point home favorites versus the Jazz. Injuries for this game. Out for the Jazz, Taylor Hendricks, Colin Sexton, KJ Martin. Out for the Lakers, Christian Wood, Maxi Kleber, Cam Reddish. Doubtful, Bronny James. And questionable is Dalton Connect. And then probable is Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic. Chat, there is your poll. All right. Give me the Lakers. This might have more views than the Super Bowl. At least the second half of the Super Bowl, man. That game was a snooze fest. We got Jazz for Arrow Zach Steven. We got Lakers for Eric Trevin Crushables. 503. Brendan. Jackson. Javon's going Jazz. We've had like at least 4 picks for pretty much every team this entire segment, which has been cool. We'll see if Connor makes it 5 for the Jazz. Chat is going to go Lakers 80% of the vote. And Connor will make it 5 for the Jazz. So this is an 8v5 in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Time for double downs. My double down is the Lakers. I think they destroy the Jazz, all the energy that's going to be in that arena. You got Luka, you got LeBron. Give me the Lakers as my double down. Javon says he feels like he went on the underdog every pick. Yeah, we'll see how that works out for you, because on average, we collectively pick the favorite 59% of the time, and we are below 500. Chat's double down is the Celtics. Eric's double down is the Hawks. Javon, Pelicans. Trevin is Timberwolves. Zach is Spurs. So right now, every double down pick has been different. Every time I say that, though, somebody doubles up. There it is, 503 Spurs. All right, we got Crushable's Lakers with me. We got Steven going Mavericks. Wolves ain't looking so hot right now. Brendan went Hornets. Who are they playing again? And then we need Jackson Thunder. Okay, cool. Just like last time. Connor is doubling down on your Portland Trailblazers just like last time. And Arrow is doubling down on Arrow forgot his own double down pick. You already said Cavs where? 10 games ago? Brother, you gotta remind me when we get to the segment. I'm not gonna remember that. And if it was above, then I'm just blind, I guess. Alright. That concludes... No, like 10 messages ago? Oh, Arrow. Okay. Okay. I was looking for one line messages, Arrow. All right. We got 2 on the Lakers, myself and Crushables. We got 2 double downs on the Spurs, 503 and Zach. And then literally everybody else is on their own. Eric, Hawks, Trevin, Timberwolves, Jackson, Thunder, Connor, your Portland Trailblazers, Arrow, Cavs, Steven, Mavs, Javon, Pels, Brendan, Hornets, Chet, you got the Celtics. This is going to be a wild, wild day for picks against the spread, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Thank you for participating. Now let's talk about your newest Portland Trailblazer. The Blazers sign Sidy Cissoko to a two-way spot. They also cut Taze Moore off his two-way spot in order to make space for Sissoko. Sissoko's in his second year out of France. Played for the G League Ignite the same year that Scoot Henderson did, so there's some familiarity there. And then was the 44th pick in the 2023 NBA draft. That was the same draft as Kamara, Rupert, Chris Murray, Scoot Henderson. So the Blazers now have 5 guys from that draft class. Sissoko was taking a pick after Ryan Rupert by the San Antonio Spurs, then got traded in the De'Aaron Fox deal, got traded somewhere else, I forget, and then got cut, and that's why he was available in the first place. For his career in 29 games, Sissoko averages a little less than 7 minutes per game, has shot 21% from 3, 65% from 2. His stats, I mean, he's barely played, so they're kind of impossible to look at. I'd rather look at his G League stats. I've not looked at his G League stats yet. because they can paint a better story given that it's hopefully a bigger sample size. So yeah, in 8 games, playing 27 minutes a game this year in the G League, Sissoko's averaging 17.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, shooting 30% from 3. He shot 25% from 3 last year, 30% his year with the G League Ignite 2 years ago. So the book on Sissoko, he's a solid athlete, solid frame, does not shoot the 3 ball well, but can really attack the rim, can get downhill, can also pass a little bit, which I think is an intriguing part of his game. Now, assist to turnover ratio isn't pretty, but there seems to be a little bit of passing potential there. And then, it's hard to tell just because he hasn't played at the NBA level, but he has good enough physical tools to, I think, be a good defender. Seems like he has a solid motor, so it could be an intriguing player in that right. But I really like this two-way pickup because it's a guy that, if you're lucky, might end up being something in the league. He was a second-round pick, and I'd rather take a chance on someone who is currently, let me see his age. Currently, he is 20 years old. He turns 21 in April, on April 2nd. So he's not even 21 yet. He's literally younger than Scoot Henderson, and has some intriguing parts to his game. It's funny because on the G League website, he's listed as 6'5", and on Basketball Reference, he's listed as 6'8". So I think he's like more 6'6". I think he's like almost 6'6" without shoes. So big enough size to play the 3, maybe some small ball 4. That's basically his main position. He's a forward more than he is a wing. But I really like taking a chance on a guy that is 20. Maybe you can develop him. Maybe he can turn into something. If he doesn't, oh well. That's better than somebody that is not going to be something and who's 26 or 27 years old and is never going to be contributing to an NBA team, such as Justin Minaya or Taze Moore. Right? So that's why the Blazers made this move. And that's why I like this move for the Blazers. They actually did something at the deadline. You can leave your thoughts on Sissoko in the live chat, or if you're watching back after, you can leave them down in the comment section below. But it's a solid little pickup. And also, let's preview tonight's game. The Blazers take on the Nuggets. Jeremy Grant is out. So chat, shout out to you guys for being on top of that. That just broke. Jeremy Grant, Chris Murray, and Robert Williams III are all out. So, I assume, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I assume you're going to see Scoot Henderson starting, which is great. Great. It's not great that Grant is hurt. If he's actually hurt, maybe his pride is just hurt because he played so bad last game. But, it's at the point where the Blazers should be bringing Grant off the bench for Scoot anyway, so Grant's out. And at this point, it's like, all right, he probably won't play the next game either, I assume, just because you got 2 games left until the All-Star break. So really good opportunity for Scoot Henderson to finish strong before the break. And then, of course, he's playing for the Rising Stars over the break. And as far as lineups go, the Blazers have been statistically much worse with Jeremy Grant on the floor in most lineups the past 10, 11, 12 games where they've played some really good basketball. A lot of that really good basketball involves Scoot being in the lineup, not Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant, it seems like, is holding the Blazers back, if anything, during this stretch of good basketball they've been playing, which is why it was frustrating that he was still on the team, and it's still frustrating that he's still on the team. But tonight, you get Scoot Henderson starting in his place. Thank you, Jackson. You got Scoot Henderson starting in his place, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the type of game that Scoot Henderson can have. Also, with no Robert Williams, you're definitely going to see Donovan Clingan play tonight, which I think is great news, and I would love to see Clingan tested by Nikola Jokic. He might pick up 3 fouls in 3 minutes guarding Jokic, but I think that's a good experience for Donovan Clingan. So I would like to see the Blazers try and get Clingan in the game to defend Jokic. Maybe he can slow him down. Maybe that's your one hope of slowing Jokic down, is putting up a 7'2" center against him that can really block shots, maybe bother Jokic with his length. So that's what I would do if I was the Blazers. I would definitely look at not starting Clingan, like he's not going to start, obviously, but maybe subbing him in a little bit earlier than usual if Jokic is still in the game, or mixing up lineups so it's not just starters versus starters, mixing up lineups so you get some minutes with Klingon against Jokic. That's a matchup I want to see tonight. But we'll see how the Blazers play tonight without Jeremy Grant. Are they going to play better? Are they going to win? This would be a really good win. And also, if they win this game, it's just one game, but you look at how bad Grant played last game that the Blazers lost against a very shorthanded Minnesota team. And then if they bounce back tonight without Grant and beat the Nuggets, what does that say about Jeremy Grant? Especially with all the stats backing up about he's not really helping the team lately. On-off splits are not in his favor as of late. The team doesn't really benefit from Jeremy Grant. So we'll see how they look tonight. The one thing Jeremy Grant provides the Blazers need is shooting. And last game, the Blazers shot a very bad three ball. So if they can make threes tonight, they won't really miss Jeremy Grant. If they miss threes tonight, then maybe they would miss Jeremy Grant if this was a night that Jeremy Grant was going to actually make threes. Because that's where the value lies in Jeremy Grant at this point. So you got Jamal Murray. He's playing well. The good news is you won't have Jeremy Grant trying to guard Jamal Murray because we've seen that story before. Remember the Jamal Murray game-winning step back he had against Jeremy Grant a couple years ago? It was brutal, where the Blazers were up 2 and Jeremy Grant was sagging off him too far. Shout out to you if you remember that play. But yeah, you're going to have to slow down Jamal Murray too because he's been playing better basketball than he did at the start of the year. Now, an X factor for the Blazers is Denny Avdia. I always say Avdia, man. Denny Avdia. So he's been dealing with a wrist ailment and his shooting has struggled lately. He's kind of struggled lately. And the Blazers, without him this year, have been really bad. Like the 3 games before he came back was the 3 games that preceded their 11-game stretch where they won 10 games. They were really bad without Denny Avdia. He comes back, and all of a sudden they look great. Now, he had a really bad game last game, but it's supposedly, wrist is bothering him, which is definitely going to affect him. And the team looked much worse, especially on offense. So, Denny Avdia, X Factor tonight for the Blazers. We'll see if he can perform through the wrist problems he's been dealing with. And then, of course, you got to make more threes than you did last game against this team. Got to try and get out there and run, but everything's through Jokic. He takes care of the ball. It's going to be tough for the Blazers to force a ton of turnovers. That's my preview for tonight. As far as the schedule goes, we'll have post-game tonight. We'll have post-game Wednesday. On Thursday, do we have any NBA games on Thursday? Let me check. I think there might be a couple. Oh, there's 5 NBA games. So, yeah, we'll do and they start at 5, so we'll do Blazers Uprise Live. It'll start closer to 5. We'll pick those 5 games. And then the All-Star break happens, and next Monday we will have a live stream at about 9:30 at night, Monday night after the All-Star weekend, and just kind of preview the second half of the season, although it's more like the last third of the season. And then the Blazers will come back on Thursday, February 20th, to take on Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers. So that's the upcoming schedule. If you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them real quick before we hop out of here. Thank you guys for tuning into the second channel. Appreciate it. You guys are real ones. Timberwolves 1 for 20 on field goals. That's insane. That's insane, man. This is the same team the Blazers just lost to by 16 when fans are talking about, are we one of the best teams in the league? Can we make the play-in? 1 for 20. 1 for 20. Somebody in my comments on the last postgame show said, the Timberwolves just made every shot, man. Give it a rest. Like, what? All right, well, it's funny how they go up against an absolutely elite defense and, oh, wow, they don't make every shot. So maybe it has a little bit to do with the defense. The Blazers do not play good defense against the Timberwolves. The Cavs are 42-10 for a reason. The thing is the Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards. I'm just looking at this box score right now. They have Anthony Edwards. He's 1 for 7. Naz Reid is 1 for 5. They're 2 for 21, 12 points in the first quarter. Because they got to the line 8 times, made 7 of those, with 5 turnovers. 1 for 11 from 3. 1 for 10 from 2. Disgusting basketball being played by the Timberwolves right now. The Cavs already up 18, 30-12. DeAndre Hunter starting, the newest Cavalier. Jared Allen's 3 for 3 from the field. Evan Mobley already has 10 points. And then other scores right now, you got the Hawks versus the Magic. The Hawks up 25-24. The Magic were 5.5 point favorites in that one, according to BetUS. And then the Spurs up 40-35 over the Wizards. Tristan Vukcevic has 12 points. Doing his best to match Wembanyama. The Hornets and Nets just tipped off, tied at 2 apiece. All right, so if you guys want to get in on any more spread lines, make sure to check out BetUS. There's still some games to tip off today. Make sure to check out BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150. You'll receive a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonuses on your next two deposits up to $2,000. So you can get in on the action. You can tail Chat's picks. Chat's been above 500 the past couple of years, so you can maybe make some money if you just go along with what they say. But you can also have some fun just picking the games, especially on Monday and Thursday that we pick, and just placing a little bit of money down, just enough to have fun and root along for some of these games, as all of us in Picks Against the Spread do every Monday and Thursday. So shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the stream. Spurs are up 35-17 at one point. Now it's only a 5-point lead, which is good because I took the Wizards. What are the chances we see Sidy tonight without Grant or Murray? Very unlikely. They're probably going to play Banton some minutes, and you might see some Jabari Walker at the 4. If not, I don't really see why they'd play Sidy. He's brand new. Like, they'd probably play Repair first. Connor says, pretty sure they rolled Sidy out. Yeah, I would not expect him until they start tanking. So, yeah. Like, I would not expect Sidy Cissoko to suit up in a Blazer uniform anytime soon. A remix uniform, though. Might be a reason to watch the remix. All right, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll see you later tonight on the post-game show. That will go live at about 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, so hopefully we can catch you for that, and we'll break down this game. We'll have Eric for that, of course. And we'll do a mock draft tonight as well. It's charity night. It's mock draft night. We got a lot of stuff for the post-game, so hopefully we can catch you. I'm out of here. Shout out BetUS. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers!